Welcome back to Sportsbook Review Videos. We got roughed up on Sunday of Week 15 with our NFL prop betting picks. However, I'm about to rage cash a couple of plays tonight here between the Panthers and the Washington Redskins, courtesy of Bovada Sportsbook. Here we're 71, 61, and 2 on the year, still making a slight profit. I plan on completing the regular season in the black, and who's going to help us with that tonight? None other than Greg Olsen, over under 54.5 receiving yards. Olsen has taken the brunt of Cam Newton's struggles this season. It has not been talked about enough that Newton has been a very, very bad quarterback all throughout the year. But last week, Olsen recorded 87 yards on 4 catches. Hasn't been seeing the targets recently, but I think against this game against the Redskins, I think the Panthers tight end is going to have a pretty good game here. I think over 55 or 54.5 yards. Pretty good play here, considering Washington has allowed 921 yards to opposing tight ends. That's good for second most in the NFL. Obviously, their game last week against the Philadelphia Eagles had a lot to do with that, giving up 184 yards to the Eagles tight ends, 112 alone to Zach Ertz. But Olsen is talented enough, and Newton hopefully can get things turned around here in this game. Obviously, it's a lost season for them, but maybe they can get some pride out of some of these last few weeks here for the Carolina Panthers. I see 55 or more yards from Greg Olsen here tonight. Take the over, -125. Bovada Sportsbook. Speaking of Carolina Panthers, Cam Newton over under 30.5 rushing yards in this one. Obviously, Newton's taking a lot less rushing attempts than he did last season, but it's also coincided with the Panthers losing a lot. They won last week despite Newton not playing well, but I think even with the Panthers out of contention, I still see Newton potentially running the ball a little bit more here this week, especially if things start to break down and he starts to get some opportunities here against this Redskins defense. Panthers are 3-3 in games where Newton rushes for at least 30 yards, but they are 2-1 in games where he has at least 6 yards per carry. He's not done that since Week 7, but the Redskins so far this season allowing 5.1 yards per carry to opposing quarterbacks. They've allowed 3 touchdowns to opposing quarterbacks, which obviously doesn't help us, but is the tied for the most in the league allowed rushing touchdowns to opposing quarterbacks here. A couple of plays break down. Newton's able to scramble here and get 10 or 12 yards on a single carry. I think easily we could go over 30.5 rushing yards in this one. I see that happening here tonight. Definitely if Newton and the Panthers are forced to throw a lot here. So take the over 30.5 -125 at Bovada Sportsbook. Best of luck to you on both of those, and of course we will see you back here for Week 16 on Thursday night, final Thursday night battle of the season. But until then, for Sportsbook Review, I'm Jordan Sharp.
Go to SBRodds.com. Browse, compare, and shop live odds available at top online sportsbooks.